titlematchnetwork.com.
Oh, Hogan was phenomenal. When he came into the AWA, Vern wanted him to be a heel. So he put him with a horrible human being, Johnny Valiant. This guy couldn't get over turning on a light. And I don't care how many people Hogan beat, people wanted him to be a babyface. They loved him. And that's the way it went.
Did you know that he was going to be a huge star in the business?
Oh, yeah. I saw him in 79 in Georgia. Walked in the dressing room, he was just huge. And I just saw, this kid's got it. He's one of those guys that just had it. Him and Hogan have a problem.
Right.
Jesse has a bigger problem than Hogan does.
What is the real story between the two? I mean, that's hard.
I think, first of all, Jesse always wanted to be superstar Billy Graham. And then Graham disappeared. And then in Minneapolis, then Hogan came in. And Jesse was jealous of Hogan. That's what it was. Jesse probably has more sleepless nights worrying about Hogan than he does the state of Minnesota. Hogan is never worried about Jesse. And that's what it is, I think. Jesse's jealous of Hogan.
And it carried over there.
Jesse was a great talker. Had strange looking outfits. But when the bell rang, it was over.
Couldn't work.
No.
No.
No disgrace. No disgrace to that, because I can't be a governor of a state. But he couldn't work. But he could work, because he could draw people. But he couldn't take bumps, and he couldn't entertain you physically in the ring.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
He must be good at politics, because he's not doing that. So.
Well, a lot of people can do that. You know, a lot of people are. There's a lot of good preachers out there too.
Exactly.
You know.
Was Hogan different to work with in the WWF than he was in the AWA because of
No.
bigger star?
No, he never changed. He wasn't that way. A lot of guys don't like him because they didn't get to work with Hogan. The reason they didn't get to work with Hogan is because they couldn't draw money with Hogan. And you guys that are sitting home right now and saying, Hogan screwed me. If you could have drawn money, you'd have been there. If you could have been the worst human being in life, you'd have been there to draw money. The only reason you didn't work with Hogan was you couldn't draw money. That's simple. He'd work with a grape if he could draw money. That's simple. Hogan
brought you in?
Yeah. Hogan called me. I was in Minneapolis. I got him into AWA. And he called me. I went to Japan. And when I got back, he called me a couple times, wanted me to go. But AWA was easy. You worked 3 or 4 days a week, and you made good money. You didn't have to work every day. I didn't want to work every day. I had a wife and a kid, and I didn't want to work every day. I just don't like traveling and working every day.
Right.
And he told me to go call Vince, and he put together a deal, and Vince offered me 3 times what I was making at the AWA. So I had to go for it.
There's one guy that you never got to manage that you would have liked to manage. Who would that guy be?
Hogan.
Hogan.
Sure. The money. That's what the money would have been. He was easy to travel with. He was no problem. Really the easiest guy in the world.
titlematchnetwork.com